let's see the set that Luttrell plays. We will report back.
I'm sure it'll be good. It always is.
We are huge fans of Luttrell. Outside of our love for Above and Beyond, Luttrell is my favorite. Since our indoctrination into Anjuna back in 2017, Luttrell is probably the artist we've seen live the most. We learned of all this Anjuna stuff from ABGT 250, first and foremost from Above and Beyond set. How we got into this whole Anjuna life is for another video, but after watching Above and Beyond's 250 set, we turned our attention to this Luttrell dude, the man with the mustache. It only took his second song of the set, Float, to hook me in. Here we meet Eric at the meet and greet at the Weekender 2019, and I soon learned of the term fanboying out as he signed our flag. We move forward to today. Hey Anjunafamily. So we live just outside of Sacramento, California, and there's a 2-day music festival, outdoor festival tonight, Friday night, tomorrow, Saturday, and I'm looking at the artist. It's only $20 to get in. It's called Nightingale, and the artist playing tonight, I have no idea who they are. They're not Anjuna artists. But second in line, playing at 6:45, is Luttrell.
Who knew?
One of our favorites. So for $20 and a 20-minute drive, we can't beat that.
Nope.
But here's what I'm afraid of. Last year, sometime we went and saw Jody Wistonoff at a club in Sacramento. And it was, again, really, really cheap to get in. Right?
The VIP table was very inexpensive compared to San Francisco, yes.
Right. So we got in, and Jody came and took a picture with us. We had our Anjuna stuff, but we were only one of a couple people with Anjuna gear on. And when Jody played, I was very disappointed in his set because he didn't play any of his songs but one.
He played his songs, he just played a club mix, not what we were expecting.
I disagree. He didn't play any songs but one that we did. So it was more of a read the room. If there was Anjuna presence, he probably would have played his songs, but it was more of a club thing. And so I quickly learned that does it pay off to drive only 20 minutes instead of going to San Francisco, which we normally do, which is a 2-hour drive, to come to these Sacramento events when Anjuna artists come in, and it's very rare. So let's see the set that Luttrell plays. We will report back.
I'm sure it'll be good. It always is.
We arrived at the venue and immediately greeted our fam, Chris. Luttrell arrived on the decks. It was weird. I mean, he just traveled from a gig in Brazil by way of Southern California to come to this tiny event. There was no Anjuna gear anywhere, and I thought, man, do these few people watching this even know who Luttrell is? Or are they just here to party? At first I felt a bit embarrassed, but I mean, we got front row seats. I was riding the rail. Eric would have gotten top billing, I would imagine, but the timeline was ticking in my head. Hey, I thought to myself, he has to get on a plane to head to London for the Weekender. Ah, that's why he's playing second.
In the end, we have to give a big shout out to the promoters. It was really a lot of fun. The people, despite their lack of knowledge of Luttrell, for the most part, really enjoyed his set. The venue filled up. There was always enough room to move about and grab a cocktail. We felt safe. For a night, it was just this little bubble of an event. We were even able to leave the venue and walk across the street to get dinner and then return. Maybe it's because there were no food vendors, but there were a few clothing and other vendors, places to sit, etc. It was decorated really nice and very festive.
So here's a shout out to Requiem Events and their efforts in putting on this quaint event. For those living in the Central Valley of California, follow them on Instagram and you can feel confident about attending their upcoming events. And speaking of upcoming events, some of you may have heard of the Dirty Bird Camp Out West event. I know none of these artists, but the location, well, Modesto Reservoir, where Patty and I had our first date back in 1985.
What?
Yes, 1985. Modesto Reservoir. I'm from Modesto. Now, the outskirts of Modesto to me doesn't scream rave, but I guess it's a popular event. We won't be attending as it's too close to ABGT 500, and we're spending entire week down in Southern California.
Could we ever flow together?